Jonathan Villain, and welcome back to our quest to find baseball's greatest team. And today it is, well, it's essentially two New York teams, but it's the New York Giants, also known as the San Francisco Giants, versus the 1986 New York Mets. Now, both these teams came through an inter-franchise playoff. I'll leave those videos, a link to them in the description below if you want to see how we got to these two teams facing off against each other. And, well, you look at these regular season records, it's going to be a cracker, isn't it, this one? So the 1905 Giants went 105 and 48 in their regular season. The 86 Mets, 108 and 54. So, yeah, two very, very impressive regular season teams. It's a one-off game, default to modern era strategy. The rosters are the World Series rosters if available. Otherwise, it defaults to opening day. And there's no injury, so we don't have that sort of randomness interfering in the results. So let's move on now. Have a look at these 25-man rosters. And here they are here. I'm not sure 1905 quite has the 25-man roster there, but that's going to be a disadvantage for them, I imagine. But yeah, that's just the era, isn't it? So yeah, if you want to have a bit of a longer look, their stats are for the season that we're in. So 1905 for the Giants and 1986 for the Mets. And while you do that, I will move on and have a look at the starting lineups. All right, so here we go. At leading off the Giants, it is Art Devlin at third base. Then we've got Sam Mertes in left field batting 2. Mike Donlin at center field bats 3. Dan McGann even at cleans up at first base. Roger Bressenhan at catcher is batting 5. Sammy Strang at third base. At second base even bats 6. Bill Darlin at shortstop bats 7. George Brown in right field bats 8. And Christy Mathewson is the man on the mound. He was very, very impressive in the inter-franchise playoffs, I have to say. Then for the Mets, it is Lenny Dykstra leading things off in center field. Wally Blackman at second base, bats second. Kevin Mitchell at third base, bats 3. Darryl Strawberry, shave those sideburns. He bats clean up in right field. Mookie Wilson is batting 5 in left field. Keith Hernandez at first base, bats 6. Gary Carter at catcher, bats 7. Kevin Elster bats 8. He is the shortstop. And Dwight Gooden, he is the man on the mound. What a matchup this is. So let's get this show on the road. Massive thank you as ever to the Patreon and channel members as they scroll across the bottom there. Yeah, I obviously want the Mets to win because that's the team I support. You've got to say the pitching matchup looks fairly even, but the Giants hitting did look quite a bit stronger in terms of the ratings that they have in game, didn't it? But it's 1 out already, and a strikeout there for 2 away. And let's see if Gooden even can sit down Donlin to end at the top of the first, a 2-1. And a ground ball to the shortstop. That is that. And we'll go to the bottom of the first. Let's see what the Mets can do. It is Lenny Dykstra to start things off. It's a 1-0 pitch. And he has grounded that to the second baseman for 1 away. Next up, it is Wally Backman. An 0-2 pitch. And a strikeout for 2 away, bringing up Kevin Mitchell. First pitch. Mitchell, it's over first base, in front of right field, and the game has its first hit, its first base runner. And it's a 2-out single from Mitchell, bringing up Darryl Strawberry. Full count. Strawberry walks. Oh, could this be it? Mustafa Wilson. A 1-0. He has grounded it to the second baseman, and that'll be that. So we'll go to the top of the second scoreless. And it'll be Dan McGann to lead things off. A 1-2 pitch. And that is popped up. Center field comes in. I think it's Dykstra, isn't it? So he makes the play. 1 out for Bressenhan. A 2-2 pitch. Bressenhan has hit that well, and that is a first hit of the game for the Giants. It is a 1-out single. And it is Sammy Strang. And he's got a hit as well. Cheeky bastard. And that is going to be runners at the corners with 1 away. Oh, the Giants. Is this it? Darlin comes in. A 1-2. He strikes out for 2 away. And it'll come down to George Brown. 2 on, 2 out. A 1-2 pitch. And another strikeout. And Gooden gets it done. So we go to the bottom of the second. Keith Hernandez to lead things off. A 2-2. And that is down the first base line, is it? Yes, it is. And it is a leadoff. Oh, it's a double, is it? I think it probably shows my generation a little bit, or my age perhaps more so. I was a little bit young for Keith Hernandez as a player, I think, but I know him from Seinfeld. Like that's why I know the name. Is that going to get through? No, it's not. But it does advance the runner over to third. So 1 out with a runner in scoring position. Elster is the man at the plate. A 1-2, and he watches it. So let's hope Gooden can hit. 2 out, 1 on, 1-2 pitch. Gooden strikes out, and it'll be scoreless going into the third. In comes Christy Mathewson. Now, he was a pitcher who could definitely hit. We learnt that in the inter-franchise playoff, and he has been caught in right field on this occasion for 1 away. And it's Art Devlin to come up now, I should say, the leadoff man. He's 0 for 1. 2-2 pitch. That is not coming back. Or it might come back, but it'll be via a fan. Because 421 feet means the Giants lead 1-0. All right, METS now. An 0-2 pitch. He has got that into left field. That is going to be caught for 1 away. 2 away even. And it's Mike Donlan now. 0 for 1. A 3-0 pitch. And a 4-pitch walk. So 2 out with a man at first for Dan McGann, who's 0 for 1. A 2-1 pitch. And that should be out at first. Pitcher has it. Over to first we go. And we'll go to the bottom of the third, but the Giants lead the Mets by a single run, and it is Lenny Dykstra leading things off again. He's 0 for 1. It's a full count. And he sent that straight up, and it'll be caught by the third baseman, I imagine. Yes, it is. 4-1 away. In comes Bachman, who's 0 for 1. An 0-1 pitch. Bachman with a ground ball to the second baseman. That is 2 away. And it'll come Kevin Mitchell, 1 for 1. A full count. Mitchell, oh, it's a little chopper. He might be able to beat that. He does. So for the second time, it's a 2-out single for Mitchell. Can Darryl Strawberry, who walked last time, do something with it this time? It's a 2-0. Strawberry! It's deep! It's very deep! Darryl Strawberry! It's a home run! It's a 2-run home run! And it is 2-1 to the Mets, 382 feet. Well, that's a nice reliever for me, that one. All right, next man up is Mookie Wilson. He's 0 for 1. It's a 2-2 pitch. And Wilson, not in the same postcode as that one. And we will go to the top of the fourth. The Mets lead by a run. Bresnahan, 1 for 1 today. It's a 1-0 pitch. And he's hit that into center field, and it will be caught. For 1 away. In now comes Strang. It'd be Strang, wouldn't it? I'm looking at Rang plus the ST. So I'm going to go with Strang. Strang is as selective as a spoiled child's hearing. He's walked him anyway. I don't quite get that. As that could be a double play ball. It was well hit to the second baseman. The Mets turn the double play. And that'll do it for that. Keith Hernandez, who's 1 for 1, will lead things off. It's a 1-0 pitch. Hernandez, that's going to drop in. Now, if I remember correctly, back to the inter-franchise playoff, Hernandez was not good, was he? But he's 2 for 2 here and showing that he is actually a decent baseball player. Gary Carter comes in now. He's 0 for 1. It's a 1-1 pitch. Carter, oh, that's not coming back either. That is probably the biggest home run of the day. Into left field. And it is now 4-2, 339 feet. It's 4-1, sorry. 439 feet. And it's Red Ames coming into pitch now. Elster, who is 0 for 1, will be the man at the plate. It's a 1-2. Make that a 1-3. As he sits down for the second time today. Dwight Gooden, 0 for 1. It's an 0-2 pitch. And Gooden is dribbled it. Right field is there, and Gooden has got himself a single. I was just looking. I think he said he had 7 hits all season in '86. So he's got one there. Dykstra, for once not leading off an inning. He draws a walk. 2 on, 1 out. I tell you what, Bachman could almost end the game here. It's 0 for 2. It's a 1-1 pitch. Bachman has, oh, what a stop. It was crushed. And the shortstop, his bases are loaded, but it could have been so much more. And it's Kevin Mitchell who's 2 for 2, and he could essentially end the game. An 0-2 pitch. Mitchell, is that going to get through? Yes, it is with the infield in. It scores 1. Is it going to score 2? It is now 6-1 to the New York Mets. And it's got to be said, they don't give up that many typically, do they? Strawberry now, who's 1 for 1. That home run last time up. This time he strikes out. That is 2 away. And it's Mookie Wilson who's 0 for 2. A 3-0 pitch. Mookie loads the bases. So, loaded bases, 2 out. It is Keith Hernandez who is 2 for 2. It's a 1-2 pitch. Hernandez strikes out. But 4 in the 4th make it 6-1 to the Mets. And is the oldest team in the competition about to be knocked down here. George Brown will lead things off. It's a 1-2 pitch. He strikes out for 1 away. Gooden's 4th of the game so far. In now comes Red Arms. Or Amez. Something. The pitcher. He strikes out. Now, one thing we did see, didn't we, that the Giants had quite a short roster, so they don't have the pinch hitting options, or more importantly, they probably don't have the pitching options to be pinch hitting every time around. And that's just an era thing, isn't it? But yeah, so a 1-2-3 inning there. Let's see what the Mets can do in the bottom of the 5th. It is Carter to lead things off. Crushed a home run last time up. Full count this time. And he draws a leadoff walk. In comes Elster now, who is 0 for 2. He had 5 hits, although I think it was 5 for 30. So possibly he wasn't the first choice shortstop this season. Gooden, already with a hit. That's more like what we would expect from someone who had 8 hits all season. And it brings up Dystra. And he has, that could be, it's one of those little choppy ones. And Dystra is going to have himself a 2-out single. So runners at first and second, 2 away for Bachman, who's 1 for 3. First pitch, Bachman. That's a double play ball, but they only need 1. And that'll do it for the 5th. So 6 runs to 1, 10 hits to 3. Gooden will face METS, who is 0 for 2. It's a 2-2 pitch. And that is a ground ball that will be out at first to the shortstop. 1 away. In comes Donlin. He's 0 for 1. It's a 2-1 pitch. Donlin slaps it down into left field. That'll be a 1-out single. Could look for a double. No, just stays at first for Dan McGann, who is 0 for 2. It's a 1-0. There goes the runner, and they don't even try. So let's see what happens here. Full count and a walk. Probably not the worst walk to give up, in truth, is it? So 1 out, 2 on for Bresnahan, who is 1 for 2. A 1-2 pitch. Bresnahan about an hour late on that one. So 2 on, 2 out for Sammy Strang. He's 1 for 1. First pitch, Strang, ground ball. Should be, it's a good stop by the second base. It's a wonderful play by the second baseman. Bachman ends the inning, and that'll do it for the top of the 6th. It is still 6-1. Kevin Mitchell, who is 3 for 3, leads things off. A 1-0. And Mitchell with a pitcher killer up the middle. He'll go 4 for 4. What a day at the plate he's having. And it'll do it for the pitcher, Dummy Taylor. Now, that is not the name that you would want. It's a 1-2 pitch. He's facing Strawberry. And Mr. Strawberry has popped that up, so that'll be 1 away. In comes Mookie, who's 0 for 2. It's a 3-1. Mookie, it was surely an inside pitch, and he's hit into it. Could easily have been a double play. Let's have a look over here. It was, at 3-1, you didn't need to be swinging at that, did you? Strange one. Anyway, Keith Hernandez, 2 for 3 he is. First pitch, there goes the run-up, and he's going to get there. So, can Hernandez drive in another run? It's a 1-2 pitch. No, he cannot. He was nowhere near that one either. And we'll go to the 7th. Darlin to lead things off. He's 0 for 2. It's a 2-2 pitch. 1 away. Sid Fernandez is going to be the new man on the mound. Can he see this out for Gooden? Brown is at the plate. It's an 0-1 pitch. And that will be a ground out. Now, Sid Fernandez was one of the starting pitchers, I'm 99% sure. So they're not losing too much here. Billy Gilbert is going to come in and pinch hit. So one of a few cards played by the Giants. But that is popped up. And that will be that. We will stretch. It's 6-1 to the Mets. Go on, Mets. Welcome back. It is Joe McGinty, the new man on the mound. Carter is at the plate. He is 1 for 2. That one was a fairly sizable home run. First pitch swing. Oh, he's one of the low arm guys, and that is lined straight to the second baseman. 1 away. Elster now. Yeah, so he was 5 for 30, and as I say, you assume that that's not someone who's played the whole season, is it? It's a 2-2. And it's another strikeout. And it'll be Tim Tufel coming in to pinch hit. It's a full count. And it is, oh, it's well hit into left field. So a 2-out single. Can the Mets get a bit of a 2-out rally going here? Dykstra now, who's 1 for 3. A 1-2 pitch. And that'll be that. And we'll go to the top of the 8th. Still 6-1. To the Mets. It is Bob Oja to come onto the mound to face Art Devlin, who is 1 for 3. That one, of course, was the hit. It was the home run. It's an 0-2 pitch, and Devlin on this occasion strikes out 1 away. Sam Mertes, who is 0 for 3. A 2-2 pitch. And a strikeout. So that is 2 away. And it'll bring up Mike Donlin, who is 1 for 2. It's a 1-2 pitch. Donlin strikes out. And the Mets are getting closer here, aren't they? In comes Wally Backman. He is 1 for 4. It's an 0-1 pitch. And Backman, he's got it. Oh, I thought it was going over the shortstop. But Darlin with a good leap to make the catch 1 away. Kevin Mitchell, he's 4 for 4. Can he go 5 for 5? It would be up there with any at-bat performance we've seen in the series. And he's not going to do it. As he is thrown out by the second baseman for 2 away, bringing Strawberry to the plate. He is 1 for 3. Full count, 2 out, none on. Strawberry, oh, he's hit a second home run of the game, has he? It's not quite as big as the last one, but it sneaks over the fence. It is now 7-1, a nice little insurance run by Darryl Strawberry, 403 feet. And another one, I think, is not the greatest in the interfranchise playoff, but he's shown up here. And Mookie Wilson now, who's 0 for 3. It's a 1-0 pitch. Wilson. Oh, they've gone back to back. And if there was any doubt where this game was headed, then Strawberry and Wilson have put that to bed. 411 feet this time. It is now 8-1. And I wasn't expecting too many runs in this one. And I was right on one count, but certainly the Mets looking very, very good indeed. Keith Hernandez, who's 2 for 4. It's an 0-2 pitch. Hernandez strikes out, and we'll go to the top of the 9th. The 1905 New York Giants will need a miracle. Dan McGann will lead things off. He is 0 for 3. And he's now 1 for 4 as he starts things off with a single. In will come Bresnahan. He's 1 for 3. It's a full count. They're not going to do this to me, are they? Bresnahan walks. So 2 on, none out for Strang, who's 1 for 2. An 0-2 pitch. And that's up the middle, is it? Oh, it's a wonderful diving catch. Elstra. And it's a double play as well, is it? Oh, what a... That is... Well, I mean, the game was fairly solidly in the Mets' control. But that's one of those that just... It just gets it done, doesn't it? It's 8-1 in the end. Go on, Mets. Very, very convincing. So the Mets advance. They will be into the next round, and they will face the winners of the 1967 Cardinals and the 1925 Pirates. That was pretty good, though, wasn't it? Very, very impressive performance indeed. If you've enjoyed that, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time, as I say, as the Cardinals and the Pirates go head-to-head. And that will then conclude the first knockout round. It's been wonderful so far. Let's hope that continues into the second knockout round. Take care.